live and online. There we go. Good. Anyway, yes, Blue Snowball microphone now being used instead of the Logitech mic. Hopefully that's going to soften some of the kind of the boom on the audio, because again, I try to raise my voice so I can hear myself as well, not try so much as I naturally do anyway. And have been a little dissatisfied with the audio output as a result of that lately, so here we go. Excellent. So, pre-game show. Hold on a second. Got this here. This is what I continue to read. Arnold Toynbee's Experiences. Book jackets are lovely things, but they are kind of a pain to read with because they present an extra slippery layer between the fingers and the book. And no one needs that. So, evening, Ark. It's good to see you. Can you hear me okay? I'm using some new equipment. Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, the way the audio input is showing up on OBS, it's just one channel, and I don't know if that's like coming through like one ear or just like a single channel that's overlaying everything. So, yeah, that's always good to see that it's working. Evening, Mexican Sting. It's good to see you at the top of the stream. Oh, man. But yeah, so reading has been continued, Arnold Toynbee's Experiences, and continue to just really find a lot of affection for this man, his goals, his life's work. And it's very weird. He was taught that Greek was the only poetic language, and so the only literary material that he has ever written has been in Greek. So he has this whole section in the back that is... yeah, there we go. He's got this whole section in the back, right here. That's entirely... his entire poetic output, which is in Greek, and... there's, yeah, okay, good. There are English translations because I don't read Greek. I did do a mutual translation project with a friend who can read Greek. We compared the Old English and Greek versions of, I think, a passage from Matthew, because that was something that was universally in both languages, to see how the grammar lines up. And the Old English is very weird, especially when it came to scriptural translation, because it made a very strong point of copying everything exactly as it was in the original Greek. And as you might know, if you know more than one language, the grammar in one does not proceed in the same order as the grammar of another. So you've got Old English in the same word order as a Greek, and it's the weirdest thing. It's super weird. Though one of my favorite kennings to come out of that is Learnignicht, which is Night of Learning, which is the Old English translation of disciple. So somebody who's a disciple is a knight, a very good war culture word, a Night of Learning. Yeah, evening Swedish X. Yeah, this is how I open my streams, with just a kind of a breakdown of what I've been reading since the last stream. This Space Hamlet is Arnold Toynbee. He is foremost an historian, and the most recent stuff in this book is about his thoughts on religion as somebody who is eminently spiritual but cannot find a home in any of the creeds of the major religions as they were practiced mid-century. And I think given his objections, those would still hold true now. He probably sides much more on the Daniel Dennett side of things. He's much more of a humanist than, I don't know, somebody more rigid like Dawkins or Harris. But it's good. Somebody who approaches religion from an agnostic standpoint that is nonetheless humane will always find a place in my heart. Yeah. So, yeah, I enjoyed. He's also got really good. I mean, this is basically an account of his personal self. Which is, well, I mean, that's yourself, but anyway, it's a personal reaction to creeds and a personal expression of feeling. So it's not so much a sort of argumentative treatise as it is just explaining what works for him and what doesn't, which is more compelling reading than something a little more friction-oriented. That's fine, Swedish X. I'm really glad that you're showing up when you can. Awesome, Space Hamlet. Congratulations on another poker game. I hope you win again, and I'm going to send you that audio really soon. It slipped my mind this week. I got kind of busy. But, so, yeah, we're going to do Evil Within 2 Part 3 this time. And again, for anybody who is a regular who's dropping by, I've got new microphone technology. Space Hamlet, it is kind of a shame that you're hopping out because your feedback is always welcome on the audio front. I got a Blue Snowball microphone that will hopefully take some of the puffiness out of the vocal projections that I have. I already speak loudly because my hearing is not great and my voice raises to the level of my deafness, and with these plastic shells over my ears, it gets like twice worse. Oh yeah, Blue Snowball, I use this for some of my videos, kind of like the last few rounds of them that I did. Prior to that, I just used like a regular gaming headset mic, which I go back and I listen to the quality of it, and I'm like, man, that definitely sounds like something I paid $20 for. $20 to get yelled at by some stranger or weirdo on an online game. Let's drop the volume on that a little bit. Why wasn't I using the snowball before? You know, that's a really good question. One that I don't readily have an answer for. I kind of reached a plateau where I was satisfied with the output on the audio coming through this. I was using a computer previously that had a really hard time differentiating between, it would only accept one audio input at a time. I don't know why that was, but the snowball kept getting kicked out, so I just sort of developed my streaming setup around the microphone on the webcam, and yeah, I just kept going with that. But now that I'm projecting a little more, that's less than adequate. Blue Yeti, yeah, that's excellent. I'm really glad that folks can testify to it, because I think also it's not mine, it's borrowed from a friend's, and I was a little hesitant to make that a core part of my streaming setup if I didn't know it was going to go. But the duration of the loan has extended indefinitely, so that's good. I appreciate it. Evening, Dustin. It's good to see you. Yeah, we're going to do Evil Within 2. It's time to get this rolling. Last time we finished all of the... I believe all of the... No, we did not finish all of the optional material in Union Part 1. And so I'm going to do that. There is that whole side quest with the two Union soldiers who are going rogue. Brian and James. I remember their names are. And so we're going to find out their fate, probably both dead, almost certainly both dead, and see what their ghosts are up to. In a pandemic, no one can hear you forget to return things. That is true. That's great, Dustin. Yeah, Mario 35 is fantastic. I've been coming in second all day today, and it's driving me crazy. There's one thing with this special challenge this week that I keep dying from running out of time, and I recently figured out, I'm going to use this next time I play it, when you get hit by an enemy and you go down, your timer actually stops. So I'm thinking, as a potential strategy, what I might do, if I get down to the very last bit and I'm trying to squeeze out those last few seconds, going to continue hitting the roulette, power up, power down, and just kind of try to keep that up in a roll and see if I can kind of get past the finish line that way. Mic stand permanently affixed to your desk. Yeah, I've seen your setup. It is a solid, clean, almost finish is the association that comes to mind. Kind of arrangement. So it's I respect it very much. Big brain strats. Well, desperate. See if we can squeeze anything out of the margins of this game's design strats. But that's what's fun about it. Makes you think about Super Mario Brothers in a way to try to exploit it as much as possible, whereas the first time through, you're just playing it. Time to take this thing that was used to be fun and now make it serious business. So, yeah. So I think we're ready to go. If the audio starts blowing out, please, anybody over chat, let me know, and we'll get that fixed right up. I keep seeing... I'm looking at that post-it note that's in the lower left-hand corner, and I'm seeing 43329, and I'm just curious if that's a random assortment of numbers or what. Can I zoom in? No. Get bonus content? No, thank you. Are you sure you want to load your most recent save file? You're not doing that great, son. You really want to go through with that? Alright. So, I think I've got some supplies here to grab around O'Neill's base. Then I'm going to hit City Hall, and then I'm going to go to the Marrow. Evening Dream Bomb. Early stream? I don't think so. Is it daylight savings time yet? Yeah, there's my goods. Oh, it will not let me... Yes, it's still got the same thing as the first game, where I can show me a pic of the music equipment. Yeah, I'd love to see that. My uncle was a musician and had a small studio in his shop, and I have a great deal of interest in how anybody arranges that sort of material around their home. Yeah, daylight saving time just flipped. Really? Okay. Weird. Usually my phone automatically updates. It's showing 7:25 here. Actually, you're one day ahead of me, so that's probably why. This is so weird. I'm holding this up as though you could see it happening, but there's this very faint pulse that's happening in the vibration of the DualShock, and I could also hear, I thought I heard, the anima monster kind of singing, which is strange, and I wonder if those are connected. Thing is sort of critiquing the I just marked it on your map tone of this game. Yeah, there is something interesting about treating it as like a military FOB. Yeah, I mean, the notion of colonizing a dream is kind of fun in itself, right? Do I have enough to... I sure do. Can I get this? I cannot. Okay, I'm going to save up for that, because getting... I remember from playing this the last time that was one of the most valuable upgrades I could possibly make. 3 a.m.? Oh, happy birthday, Dream Bomb! That's good to know. Thank you for telling me. I hope you've had a fine day. Fine. The older I get, and the more unlikely it is that people's schedules are going to align with my birthday, I find myself just celebrating all week long. Slow burn. Slow burn celebration. Okay. Gonna listen for anima here real fast. Yes, I hear anima singing, very faintly. Gonna let the music kick up again. Huh, that's not coming back. Anyway. A birth week? Yes, it is a birth week. 25th is your birthday. Fantastic. There it is. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. The birthday within, too. Oh yeah, ever since I left there, the pulsing stopped. Let's check this again. Huh. Well, the vibration has stopped. As I've returned to the space, but I'm super curious about this. Let's just load this back up here. Everything's fine. Balance is good. Could boost the overall level. Fantastic. Balance is what I'm going for. Yeah, Space Hamlet does a podcast called Trucks, which is primarily a YouTube show that. Wait a minute. It auto-saved when I hit the workbench. Okay, no. Oh man, it overrode it. All right, this is. What was my last save? Yeah, that would be this. Trucks, good podcast. He and a fellow named Isaac talk about games in a good way that folks who enjoy this stream would probably also enjoy. Who did I say the old man reminded me of? Which old man do you mean? Oh, that's the weirdest thing. Vibration's gone. I don't know what it was, but it's gone now. Last save, was there an old man standing there? There's this guy. Liam. Okay, now the vibration's happening again. I hear the singing. And I'm actually very curious if this has to do with loading up a save after a certain period of time. See, if this game did not have a pattern of rewarding or throwing out little weird moments like Liam and Sebastian's meta conversation about the Evil Within 2, which happens a bit later, I would not be looking around for some sort of anima presence, but the game does do that, and so now I'm very curious if it's got like a Metal Gear Solid 3 thing where there's some sort of unique event that happens if you load your game up after a certain period of inactivity. Oh my, hi Jess. It's good to see you. I look over and I see just a wall of Jess emotes and I was like, oh my god. It's good to see all of you. How are you tonight? For everybody in the chat who is any of my regulars, Jess is an old friend of mine, and she also streams horror games. So we have this obsession in common. Though Jess covers the PC front more closely than I do. I'm doing really well. It's been a while. Halloween is nearing, and this is my second favorite time of the year. So, autumn has set in, and I'm very happy with that. But, yeah, doing really well. How are you? Yeah, I know, right? I think one of the great things about Halloween and Christmas, they're both holidays with like a definite mood. Oh boy. Union is an ideal mix of small-town charm and modern-day convenience, surrounded by diverse natural wonders. They end at your perception. Come and step back into a simpler time where the warm, friendly smiles of the residents are comfortable and familiar. Get away from the hustle and bustle and come to a place that welcomes you with open arms. We're glad you're here. Anything on the back? Nope. What time does the clock say? Let's take a look. How do I control this game? Okay, there we go. Looks like that is 6, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 51, 52, 53 or 54. That's funny. I look at a clock like that and I convert it into relevant information in my head, but actually don't go, butterfly. But actually turning it into numbers is its own process. Oh man, Ryan Turner. I'm guessing from that nameplate he is not faring well. Yeah.
I recognize this work. It's him again.
Oh, Ryan. Let's, pull up our radio.
Look, man, just let me go. I can take you somewhere safe. We've got supplies. Stick with me. I can get you out of here.
Safe? What's interesting about safe? Why would I want to leave here? This place is a work in progress, but soon it will be perfect. All it requires is my inspiration and your blood.
What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Don't move.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Help! Somebody help me!
I said don't move. Now, let me
That's interesting. Like, he takes his hand and he puts it up to his mouth, and I thought that he was, like, kissing an invisible gun that I couldn't see, but then he actually grabbed the gun. So, I don't know. He popped a chiclet in there or something. Ghost looks like Crispin Glover.
The camera rigged to take a picture of the victim.
Yeah, something that's interesting about that setup that they did right there is, you know, in the first game, those ghostly sequences were fully, you know, looks like they did motion capture and facial animation and everything.
Must be Ryan's. Mobius team members. They might have something useful on them.
And in this one, that's the closest they get to really following that same suit. They really made that one much more low budget. Having a villain with the name close to yours being such a perfectionist is worrying. That's right, they're on to you. Is that, oh, that's my own thing. Oh, okay, that side quest gives me information for the location of fallen Mobius team members, but I think I've already picked up all their stuff. So I wonder if it's even going to show me anything new. One thing that does strike me as sort of ethically off is, I wonder, let me just do this real fast. No, okay. I was thinking if these dudes are in a state of permanently having their moment of death recycled and you can hear them scream, that means they're probably still alive in this sort of like endlessly dying, torturing way. And it seems like the least Sebastian could do is, I don't know, find some way of incinerating them? Although that might actually just, I don't know, keep them in that state, in a state of burning, and I don't know, could be that sort of thing where you try to fix it and make it worse. Well, like time travel, right? Must hurt to fire one-handed from the hip like that. Yeah, well, I mean, Stefano clearly has a little bit of ocelot in him, doesn't he? Ah, Jesus.
Damn it. Where did he go?
What is inside there? Is that anything? This looks like just a generic room. Return of the Living Dead logic, just leave it be. Yeah, the more you interfere with evil, the more you compound its consequences. Oh, great. That looks like heads belonging to, old lady. Blue screened. Oh, man. Oh, this is not good. I don't know these people, but I know what they're gonna do. Alright. Come on. There we go. Why so many of them look like Laura? Oh yeah, that's right. Chainsaw Girl does kind of look like Laura too. I mean, I read it metafictionally because this is just like the worst reliving of Sebastian's experiences. Oh, hi. Unfortunately, this is not the first game. Or I could just set you on fire before you even had the chance to get up. But yeah, no, I read that as metafiction, that this is a reliving of Sebastian's trauma, therefore all these really horrible, awful things look an awful lot like Laura, who is the worst thing.
What the hell is this supposed to be? Sick.
Oh, God. I don't think I ever did that before. The laughter is really unsettling. Is there a... No, there's no nameplate on this one. Oh, hey, there's old Ryan Turner in one of his handful of final moments, endlessly on loop. I missed the matches too. I thought that was a neat mechanic, even if it was a little implausible. It did seem implausible even for Dream Space a little bit, but I dug it. Oh, cool.
That was weird. Even for this place. O'Neill's safe house is right there. Might as well give him the bad news about his entourage face to face.
Oh, weird. I don't remember this prompt at all. Yeah, the laughing sound really put me on my guard there. I wonder what kind of reaction Sebastian's really expecting, given the absolute indifference O'Neill has shown for anybody's death up to this point.
Did you find them?
They're dead. But after what I saw, you're better off without them around. They were planning on killing everybody in here.
An Alpha 1 emergency, huh? Can't say it's the worst idea I've heard.
You're a real piece of work, O'Neill. You know that?
I'm just being a realist. You can't save everybody.
It's great. He was expecting a responsive morning or something, and he finds out that O'Neill's just like the rest of them.
Made this twisted machine, they wouldn't need emergency plans in the first place.
Maybe so. But look at what they've done. It's pretty incredible.
Still a company man after all this, huh? Hope your loyalty pays off for you in the end. Because right now, it seems like they don't give a shit about you.
What do you mean? They sent you in here, didn't they? Sorry, I didn't mean to make you angry. Here. I made some more of these for you. For your troubles.
Oh, this better be something I have inventory for. Okay, good. Supplies. Crimson Heads from remake. Yeah, I actually think that there's something very similar to that. But I think that the sort of like whole coming back mechanic, ooh, coffee, is missing. Greg Kasavin? I actually don't know who that is, which is not a surprise. But if Stefano's victims are being looped through the moment of their death, Mobius can probably note their brain activity as bizarre and cut them off. Oh, that's wild. Yeah, no, that's really interesting. As an extension or consequence of that relationship. Okay, I think I definitely got everything cleaned up from the Mobius soldiers that I can, so probably nothing left to do here. Yeah, that side mission is closed. Kasavin was a GameStop reviewer, now working as narrative designer at Supergiant Games. Oh! Oh, cool, Hades. I've been enjoying that game lately. And in that case, yeah, I have a lot of respect for him, because that game's responsiveness to players' actions is top-notch. Have I played with whose other games? Supergiants? Ooh. No, Hades is the only one that I played. I'm just gonna go around all that. Going to be the wise martial artist who, rather than take the bull head on, decides to go around. Oh, but I hear dog over there. I hear dogs over here. Oh man, I think this is just a dog problem. I gave MGS3 an 8.7 and 18-year-old you was mad. That's really funny. Oh, hey, it's a that party. Let's see if I can get up here and get a better view. I actually did not expect that getting over to the other shelter was going to be this much work. So that's bad. I hear dogs over there, and that's probably bad. And that's not great either. But it looks like there's nothing up here, so I can probably go around up there. I am curious. It's just, any takers? Nope. Yeah, I'll check it out. I am always looking for things that I will enjoy. Oh, hey. Actually, that's funny. This effect doesn't merely cover the ground, it's actually spherical, and it shows things that'll hear it, so it lets me identify where enemies are stealthily hiding. That's really interesting. I've never noticed that before. I wonder if there's anything... So I'm actually going to use this to survey. Remembered it as a 7, looked it up as an adult, and was like, that's fair. Yeah, I'm glad that there's been no Twitter for most of human existence, myself. Okay. This seems fine. So let's deal with this here. Yeah, I'm enjoying Hades a lot too. I find the... Oh man. I really want to do this. Oh, like Hermes says, when push comes to shove, you gotta do what you love, even if it's not a good idea. Fantastic. Okay. Hades' continuous narrative is unfairly hated? Really? That's really interesting. My impression was that it was generally liked. All right, this is good. This kind of hit the whole fish in a barrel stride that I was really hoping it would, and it's actually a minimum of resources spent. So, oh, Breath of Fire, Breath of Fire 5. Is that Dragon Quarter? Reading historical figures Twitters. Yeah, I think, I don't know, I wonder if just something like Poor Ben's Almanac, Benjamin Franklin's thing, I don't remember what the Poor something Almanac. I really should remember this. Poor Richard's Almanac, that's it. Things like that and sort of like aphoristic collections are probably the closest things to historical people's Twitter. What if I can go back inside there? Oh. Oh, it's as far as it goes. Okay. Everything's still screwed up from Sebastian's freak out. Reading about the Salem witch trials. Yeah, that's a rough period. Like, I mean, we all kind of know it as a shorthand for irrational mass hysteria. Damn it. Hey, there's our soldier. He's still alive. Well, you know what? I'm not going to chase him. He can go bang on O'Neill's door as much as he needs to. But yeah, no, things like that that are like that become sort of cultural shorthands for phenomena like that. It's just like when you get looking even more closely at them, you kind of realize that even though using them, I think, as that sort of shorthand is absolutely rhetorically and even morally useful, you still kind of come to appreciate how much it really reduces how truly awful it was. Did I get the upgrade on the balcony? Yeah, I got that the first time through and had to sneak around quite a bit to get my what's your name? The things that you have to kill twice, basically, to kill it. Reading about the actual figures. Yeah,
know what's going on.
I agree.
Kidman, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What have you got for me?
The good news is that I located O'Neill, and he was able to get me on the trail to find Lily.
That's great.
The bad news is that Union is literally falling apart around me, and it's mostly populated by corpses and monsters. Oh, and that psycho I told you about, the one with the powers he shouldn't have, he's got Lily. I'm getting ready to head into the Marrow, which you neglected to tell me about, to get to him.
I'm sorry we didn't have time for a briefing before sending you in, but we didn't think it would be this bad.
It's just as bad as Beacon in here. No, it's worse. My daughter wasn't stuck in Beacon.
Okay, calm down.
Okay, that's a fair point. I was about to take issue with this not being as bad, this being worse than Beacon, because its stability definitely has something going for it.
He fancies himself as some sort of artist.
That's not much to go on.
Tell me something I don't know. I'm on my way to City Hall. I'll call you later.
Alright. Made it. Had a good explosion. That's worth saving. I wonder if it's random, because I keep feeling like there's a specific number of places where I run into her more consistently than others.
So this is the computer O'Neill was talking about. Let's try that password.
Oh, random set points. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That matches with my experience. Wow, that load experience really goes by much faster. Despite learning Beacon was real, he still keeps Ruvik's mark under bandages. Ruvik's mark, is that something on his hand? I actually don't remember that part. Ark, when you're referring to how Ruvik worked, do you mean in the mansion? Everyone who survived Beacon has a mark on their right hand. I don't think I even knew that. I remember that Kidman had a Beacon-like mark. Or maybe I'm thinking of her DLC where the G-Man kind of puts his hand out there and this sort of smoky mist comes out. That's why Julie wears gloves. Interesting. This is going to give me a bomb at some point. I know they did in the first game. Constantly bracing myself. Okay. Well, that's fairly harmless. Friendly smoke bomb. Oh man, there is one thing that I did not do in the first part of Union that might be fun to go back and do after I advanced it a little more here.
Seems like things didn't go so well down here either.
You can make a giant crow appear, I believe, similar to how you can make a giant pig appear in the original. But I've actually never done that myself. Yeah, definitely. Go make some food.
Could this be the whole map of Union? Used to be so huge.
Let's kind of take a look here. Alright, so that's the City Hall. That's where I'm going to fight Buzzsaw Lady. I think this church over here. At the church? Yeah. Yeah, that looks like my entry point. And where I just did all my stomping around. Despite having a physical trace of Beacon, Mobius gaslit him thoroughly. That's wild. Oh. Operative Wraith. With the success of the Moo Center recruitment plan, Union's growth is exceeding projections. STEM pod manufacture has been increased. Union expansion has been drafted and is scheduled for rendering. Due to population growth, the Union environment map will have to be enlarged by 50%. In addition to new residential areas, a farming zone and industrial zone will be added. Man, city planning by way of game design document, right? How to patch upgrade your city. Let's see. Anything here? Oh. Shoot, I'm full on that. There's always something very comforting about finding active servers. Ominously appropriate. Oh no, I'm sorry your game broke. Well, at the very least, we're lucky to continue having you around. Did we just, Oh, weird. They're only working on this side. Did they just... Yeah, as soon as I left, they turned off. Interesting. Actually, yeah, no, the, you have to wonder what the servers in Marrow are in fact representing. Or maybe it's some sort of, front end for, functions that, if it's a front end for stuff that is in fact software within software. And online only, ARC is not my preference either. Sorry to hear that it's keeping you from your game. Wow, that is a fast quick turn. Oh man, this is okay. Good. Let's, there we go. Satisfied with that. Okay, that's a time they're having in there. Is there anybody else over here? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, anima is the unconscious feminine. Yeah. Yep, that's it. That is the, oh man. I mean, I think in Jungian psychology, the anima is the part that is, along with the shadow, routinely repressed. So since this is about Sebastian coming to terms with his repressed trauma, it makes sense as a choice. Jung is good reading. He is a little more readable than Freud, I find. But I guess it depends on your translation. Let's, let's take care of that right there. Though, if you get around to it, Jokes in the Unconscious and Interpretation of Dreams is a classic. If you were looking for Freud to read. Which you have not said you are, but just in case.
Exit B2. Looks like there's a route. As long as it still exists.
Emergency lockdown procedures are currently in effect. Lockdown can be disengaged by tuning to the frequency on your communicator.
Might as well give it a try.
There we go.
Emergency lockdown deactivated. Please wait for system reboot of each annex. Stand by. Recreation area emergency lockdown.
God
disengaged.
damn it.
Please wait while system reboots.
Alright, time to hold the fort.
Research wing emergency lockdown disengaged. Please wait while system reboots.
Where are you? You're already up there. And I need to reload. Fantastic.
Security annex emergency lockdown disengaged. Please wait while system reboots.
Oh god. I know that sound. It's one of those things. Ah, Jesus. Yeah. I wonder if this... Oh god, that did not last like I thought it would. Oh god, 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 no, 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 no! Oh man, I gotta say, that lighter needs a little more haste. Okay. What? Weird.
System reboot complete. Emergency lockdown fully disengaged.
Okay. Ah, no! Jesus. God, I hate those things. Yeah, I thought that it was only supposed to happen once you finish it all off, too. Oh, whoops. Later. But apparently not. Oh, wow.
I hope that's it. Need to conserve ammo.
That was a punch to the head, all right. Yes, I just exploded his head with a knife. You know, you just gotta hit the capillaries just right, and it just chain reactions right down the line like a row of firecrackers. Evening jacket. It's good to see you. We are traipsing through the marrow on our way to our next destination in The Evil Within 2. Evening peace. Thank you. Not dying is absolutely one of my goals. Excuse me. Yeah, Dream Bomb, I think you're right. Evil Within 1 does have a little more... It does have more no-holds-barred arena combat sequences. And this level is actually designed much more like them, though in a more enclosed space. I am actually, now that you mention it, I am actually surprised that I was able to lose them during that. Because I think the area is small enough that with enough enemies, that should be unlikely to happen. They're covered in gasoline, and their heads contain light explosives. I think that's not wrong.
Jesus, the smell.
For some reason, programmed to stink. Oh, that's just the same way. Pardon me. This is kind of gross, and it's something I've never thought about before, but it is interesting how abstracted human waste is in sewers in video games. That the obvious sources of stench are not represented. Actually wondering if that would cause a ratings problem. Seems like the kind of thing that weirdly would. Green in the RE remakes. Yeah, it's like it's as though it's toxic or something. Yeah, well, I think they try to get you to forget that. Oh man. Anything behind me? No, my back is to a wall. That's great and awful. Okay. And there we go. Excellent. Seem weirdly fancy and unkempt for a small town. I mean, actually, I think it gets a little weirder because this is the Marrow, right? This is not connected to the town at all, and would not be, at least visually, you know, it would not be accessible from the city's like streets. Like you wouldn't be able to you don't access this by prying open a manhole. You're going behind the scenes. So apparently enough trash and human waste is generated by the engineers running things behind the scenes that that they have whole sewers in this state ready for the adventuring. There's a portal to the Marrow in everyone's toilet. Seems plausible.
So this is the dreaded gas leak, huh? Thanks, O'Neill. I'd never make it through without this thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is
It's like a maze in here.
one of the few sections, I think maybe the only section, that was absolutely first person before they made that mode available to the whole game. Yeah, I would like for this game to be in VR. I would absolutely play it in VR. Oh yeah, there we go. This is the Mobius Department of Sanitation, not the Union Department of Sanitation. It does look like it actually has like map coordinates on there. Okay, so up there, around there, and down there.
Flammable. Damn. That means I can't rely on my firearms.
That's weird. Okay. It is interesting how rushing to cover actually lets you move more quickly than any other way of crouch walking. Just like to exploit Sebastian's cover taking speed for all circumstances. Oh no 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 no! Okay. Trying to keep my head bobbing so I can see over this crate here. Okay. This is gonna be it. Yes! Nuclear warhead storage building. Yeah, no, you're right. This is basically that sequence of MGS. It's also there's also a parallel sequence in the first game when you're sneaking through that weird building that has all the mannequin heads and mannequin parts strewn about. Is Ghostwire out? That's what John Johannes has been working on, right? Excuse me. Well, Howls of the Damned. It all seems in order. You know, you're right. Not being able to use the crossbow does seem like a bit of an oversight for there being a story reason why I cannot use my weapons in here. I remember him mentioning on that 8.4 podcast a while back that he was working on something where it looked like the gameplay had been decided very early on and was fun rather than something that's sort of narrative or atmospheric like the Evil Within series. Strange. The one colorful thing in the Union Marrow. Personally, I would take that and pocket it as a souvenir, but it's just me. Director, someone else? Okay. Oh, I do not like this. I wonder... Can I stab those things? I don't remember if I can stealth kill those things. They're pretty big, and that suggests maybe no. Ha! Jesus. Good work. Oh, crap. Okay, so I gotta pure stealth through this. Please stop. Please stop. Okay. Can you kill a licker with just the knife? Oh man, that was nerve-wracking. Oh no 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 no! Okay. Alright. Just gonna chill out here. We'll take the conservative way to victory. An illustration in a Chinese history class. You mean that enemy's design jacket? There's a sound in what do you call it? Fatal Frame 4 that announces a ghost's, you know, forever occupation of a particular room that is similar to this one, and it is easily one of the creepiest things in the game, and I hate it. It's kind of like the deep throat clicking that the ghost from The Grudge does. Whew. Okay. The monster knows he's there and is playing along. Okay. I remember this kind of... Jacket, I'd be really interested to see that image. Weird art. Weird supernatural art. That is historical. Is fascinating. Just like one of my Junji Ito mangas. And you're not wrong. I kind of think, and I don't remember entirely, that this creates a lot of noise if I screw something up. 5, 3, 2. Yeah.
Hopefully that did something.
Okay, no. Excellent. Yeah, I feel like I've got just completely polar instincts depending on whether or not I'm playing a stealth or an action game. If I'm playing an action game that's just 100% suicidal tendencies, go in and burst through the front gate and see how many I can take down before I die. And if it's a stealth game, it's like absolute conservative coward until I start playing something to try to like Foxhound rank it, right, where you're trying to find all the exploits you can. But I mean, in terms of your approach to your gut approach to solving its problems. So I'm more than happy to wait here for its circuit to go back and loop around so I can with absolute certainty stalk behind it, because I hate this thing. Okay. Yeah, Jacket, go for it. And I will go back in the archive after I'm done screaming. After I'm done streaming, and take a look at it. Okay. All right. That's good. Actually curious if anybody else does this, or if this is idiosyncrasy of mine alone. If I am in a sneaking game and I am looking around a corner, or if I'm in a horror game and I'm trying to get a look through a doorway that's off to the side, even though leaning myself doesn't actually result in a better perspective, I will still lean. Like now, my temptation is to lean to the side in imitation of my character's head. And I don't know if I'm the only one who does that. Yes, Swedish X. That difference is very much there. Oh, I see what it does. It just turns around on its way back, so it psychs you out. Oh, that's awful. Okay. Great. Oh, thank God that's over.
Thank God. That mask smelled terrible.
When you play a horror game like an action game, yeah. That was one of the things that I did enjoy very much about The Last of Us, the first one, is how much of it really was compatible with... do I need to heal up? Poke myself? No, I can't poke myself. How much of it could be played as a stealth / horror game, but it had enough design there to support the action game approach as well. Excuse me. Each citizen of Union adds 100 exabytes to STEM's storage and processing ability. 2 million exabytes of storage are needed to activate the wireless STEM. Given projected growth, we should reach that. So wait a minute. Each person adds processing power? So rather than take up space, each person is a storage unit themselves. That's really interesting. Unity's cerebral chips will serve to mark and protect Mobius operatives. Okay, so yeah, so this is kind of Mobius's plan of taking STEM wireless and being able to integrate people against their will and functionally create the Matrix where everybody is in pods believing they are in a reality that does not exist. What's this? Which is the incorrect way to go? I would like to try that first. Okay, no, upstairs. Is Ghostwire Tango's next project? For some reason I have in my head that it is, but am now unsure about that. Okay. Pardon. Okay. Have a good time, Jacket. Good luck in DMC5. That is a fantastic game. I'm actually interested to know, if not this stream, the next, which of the three playable characters you prefer.
I can't! The collapse caused the gas leak. Hello? Can you hear me? It's Watkins. Watkins? What's going on? The collapse is happening faster than we predicted. And now it's affecting the marrow, too. Those things are trying to breach. You gotta help me. Where's the care on this side? Get over here. I can't! The collapse caused a gas leak in the access tunnels, and I left my respirator on the APC. Can't you send a team through the tunnels with a respirator for me? Sorry. We can't risk the personnel just to help you. Fuck you guys then!
Oh, weird. That green gel just happened to pop in Sebastian's back pocket. Reach down and find you got an extra nickel. I mean, I'm stuck too, Rat. Can we, help each other out here? Or are you just, it's kinda... Well, you clearly have your business ahead of you. See you on the other side. Nero's good. I don't like that. I had the most fun with Nero. I felt the most satisfaction with Dante. V was difficult for me to kind of wrap my head around. Felt like on levels where the Geo was staggered, the attacks that sort of use the ground to determine which enemies to locate wound up getting caught on those a lot, which became frustrating. Whereas with Dante and Nero, as soon as they go off the edge, they've got a whole like air combo set that
Here it is.
can respond to that pretty flexibly.
My way back into Union.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just never learned to play V well. And I was trying to play him like Nero and Dante, and therefore failing. Oh, cool. They got a DMC designer on Final Fantasy 16. That's pretty rad. It makes sense that they are making a special edition, but I was not aware that they were. That's excellent. What's my hologram situation look like here? Okay, different trees. Oh, launch on PS5? Oh, then I will be getting to it probably 6 months to a year after its release. PS5 is going to be a little bit more of a delay for me. Okay. Alright. Good safe room. Complimentary mirror. Brand new shooting gallery. Hell yeah. Ah, this is going to answer a question I've got. There's a particular level in The Evil Within 1 that my memory says shows up
It's a chance to test your skills.
as one of the backgrounds in this.
Step right up and try your luck, detective.
And I want to see if that's true.
This is insane.
You'd be insane to pass this up. Steady your hand and
You'd
put
be
your
insane to
shooting
pass
skills
this up
forward.
like a local car
No
commercial.
need to worry about ammunition in here.
There we go. Oh.
That's perfect. You may very well be the best, detective.
It's a very Tatiana congratulations. Verbal congratulations with the sarcastic golf clap. They are all Evil Within 1 levels. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to refresh my water. I will be right back after a 2-minute break. Yeah, the probably the best reaction is you're the best around, nothing's gonna get me down, Karate Kid reference. So, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. as is fitting, as always, here is Halftime Panda. Halftime Panda. Always looking around for that halftime show. And the real tragedy is he never knows that he himself is the halftime show. He is a weird dog. He actually got a grooming this week, just on Friday. He is a medium hair fella, and it is winter here, so his body is starting to respond to the colder temperatures by developing more fur. And he reached a point where this little bit of fur right here, which apparently is called his mane, did not know that, but he could never stop getting it in his mouth, and just kind of had his mane in his mouth the whole time, and thought it was good and right to give him a trim. Yeah, he's a good fella. And he seems to be falling asleep as he sits, so yes, thank you for gracing us with your presence. All right. Yeah, he is a solid celebrity, and he is a super chill cat under the right circumstances. Okay. My God, that phone is huge. It's gonna appreciate just given the distance. Let's just assume Tatiana's a normal-sized human being. Given the distance from ear to mouth, and given that the speaker and receiving ear part, yeah, that's just a gigantic phone. Let's see. There's the old save ledger, and would like to do some more shoot gunning, but there we go. Okay, so this is our village from Evil Within 1. Ah, I missed him. What does that get me?
Hell yes.
All right, I got everything I can. Rank, credit to the Force. I don't remember that. That's cute. Top secret. I'm not familiar with that game. All right. Oh, hey, this is my this is the sadist's starting area. Oh, that's no good. Hi. There's a slow enemy ability that you unlock that proved very useful for many of these. Oh, come on now. Faster moving fellas. Yeah, Mexican sing.
You deserve a round of applause for that. I'm sure there's someone out there that will provide that for you.
I'm guessing that's the meta gaming thing. Rank cowboy. We are finally cowboys. Yeah, the shooting gallery in RE4 was one of my favorite parts. That was kind of feel like that mini game is one of the ones that established that is a solid thing to have. No! Ah! Bones. Come on. There we go. It's my little... Nope. Learned my lesson last time. Oh no! Well, I made it anyway. Little rats are like your little UFOs
That's
in
perfect.
Space
You
Invaders.
may very well be the best detective.
Yeah, the aiming is a little tricky, especially on the controller, because it doesn't really have the incremental cursor or crosshair movement that makes that aiming a little easier. Ah. Sneaky. Oh, hey. That's maybe not the best place to use that, but it's good to know it's there. That's just cheeky now. Oh my god, why am I so bad? That's great.
You deserve a round of applause for that. I'm sure there's someone out there that will provide that for you.
Yeah, the in RE4, the money you got from those is oh, a locker key. That's nice. Let's do this one more time. Definitely brought things to the level of upgrade that made the game really sort of shine. Alright. Ah, gotcha. Ah! Missed him. How am I doing so badly? I feel like there's just a little bit of shake that I'm not accounting for. I don't know if that got me anything new.
Quite good, detective. Your training out there seems to be paying off.
Yeah, the golf clap is nice. It's, okay, cool. This is actually a pretty good time to upgrade some abilities here. That's a lot of green gel! Oh my gosh, I could probably get my stamina maxed out.
We've got to stop meeting like this, Detective.
It's funny that some of Tatiana's one-offs things sound like the kind of thing that you would hear in like a, just like a sort of cliche greeting in an office environment. Okay. Oh, I can definitely clear that out. There we go. So, move faster while crouched. Seems useful. If I continue to upgrade things besides health, then I won't get hurt and will be fine. Yeah, this is the thing that I'm thinking about. It slows down time while you're aiming. Yeah. Feeling good about that. And I also should be able to get my crits upgraded for the handgun, which is excellent. Great. Oh, and bullets. Definitely want bullets. And I wonder if I can make some more bolts. Because unlike the first game, you cannot make them out in the field. Great. Okay, time to check out Union Part 2. They made the transitions between the safe room and regular room much faster in this one. And I think I can get why. The pace is different, and that's sort of like wanting a quick transition as a player. I'm sure they got feedback on the slowness of the transitions on the first one. But I actually like the first one's pace better. I like the sense of Sebastian slowly dissociating and abstracting his sense of self into the void. Have I been wearing glasses this whole time? That statement is correct for the past 30 years. So yes, in fact, yes I have. Oh man, this is an area, all right. No, I was wearing them at the beginning of the stream. I wouldn't be able to navigate a whole lot without them. The hell?
It's him. fuck is that? Not sure I'm ready for this. I can't turn back now.
Veritas. Asmodeus. Huh. Let's see if there's anything around here to pick up first. Oh! Welcome, Dustin, to the Glasses Club. It is a dubious honor, but after a few years, it gradually just becomes part of your face.
Another beautiful day. I can't remember the last time it was overcast or too cold. Always feels just right. I'm truly blessed to be born and raised in Union. Never left this place. I don't want to. I plan on dying here. Smell that. It smells like spring. The flower beds they planted here are really something, aren't they?
Oh, wild. Yeah, so I'm guessing that's the positive side of what the woman who I rescued in Union experienced, where she was just dropped into Union with very little preparation, psychological or otherwise. Anything in here? Okay, here we go. Yeah, contacts are largely unbearable for me. I don't like things touching my eye. What?
Yeah, just you wait, asshole.
Oh, that's the photo from the... Oh, yeah, it says it right there. It's the photo from the warehouse. That's interesting, though. Like, I kind of remember there was some debris just inside the door that doesn't look like it's there. It's the same broken angel that was in the churchyard in Consequence. Oh, this is a bad time. Yeah. Oh no 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 no! Okay. Come on, buddy. Get that stamina back. Oh no, that slows me down. There she is. That's good. God. Oh, that's not stopping her. Oh, Jesus. Is that really gonna keep her out? Oh boy. Oh, I do have that rifle. Okay, she runs kind of erratically, but I also think that her running might just be a little more random. Oh, great, there's no red bullets in that. To try to psych me out. Come on, come on, come on. Where is she? Oh god, she's like right over there, isn't she? Yep, she's right over there. Reload. Ah. Phew. Okay. Please be proximity based. Yes. Oh no no, reload, reload. Oh god, she's awful. Oh no 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 no! Ah, I keep thinking it reloads when it doesn't. Oh, thank God.
Stay down.
Oh wow. That's a boss fight right there. Okay. Thank you. It's weird. Even during a boss fight, I find myself doing the mental doing the survival horror math of like, do I really need to spend these resources fighting this thing? With the conclusion that the natural conclusion is yes, absolutely. This is a boss fight. This is what you've been saving resources for with every other encounter. But yeah, man, survival horror gives you some penny pinching, dad-like miser skills. Well, you could invest in some basic pleasures, but why would you? Which is maybe more of an open confession of my own cheapness. Growing up in semi-rural areas, I did not have a lot of need to, you know, use parking garages and stuff like that. And first time I lived in a city where I actually had to do that, the first thought that ran through my head is, what the hell, am I need to tip the damn building? Why am I giving you money to park here? Turns out that's normal. But that doesn't stop the very cheap part of my brain from questioning if I actually needed to do it. Oh yeah, I kind of remember this. Excellent. The Rat... evening, Iceman Dan. The Rat King in Last of Us 2 inspired by this. Oh yeah, the Rat King. I forgot about him. I mean, they certainly share a pool of, you know, monster designs. My guess would probably be they're sort of drawn from the same cultural well. That part of my brain is your whole brain. I hope she does not come back to life. But yeah, I have to admit that playing survival horror games has well prepared me for spending less, even where it's not strictly necessary. Yeah, no, that boss is excellent. Basically, any boss fight that gets me to kind of lean back in my chair to try to avoid getting hit by it is quality boss material. Huh, I don't know if that's supposed to be that way. It's not fixing the wire situation. Sprinting to keep distance and then turning around to fire. They also, I believe, have one-hit kills. Can I dismantle this, or I just gotta... What's my... I mean, this seems like a bad idea. As far as bad ideas go, it could have been worse. Oh, thank you. I totally get that that is meant to really screw me over if I am panicking. So, good show, game design. Excuse me. I would like to do another playthrough of Last of Us 2. If only I could skip a lot of the playable story, that would make it more appealing. But, like I've seen people do the kind of Ellie John Woo action sequences, where she's like throwing herself out windows and then, you know, throwing herself on her back and shooting at things. Switching weapons on the fly, and that looks really cool. And I would like to get good at that, because it seems like they built up a pretty cool system. But going through a lot of the narrative moments without being able to skip is kind of a deterrent. My thoughts on Last of Us 2? Hold on. Okay, no, this isn't. This is not what I thought it was. Thoughts on Last of Us 2 wind up also being thoughts on yourself as a player, because similar to the way Metal Gear Solid 2 was. Oh, that's really cool. I never noticed that he sort of massages the joint after breaking through that. But yeah, I would I think probably a good place to start talking about Last of Us 2 is probably with Metal Gear Solid 2, because it's the closest thing that I can think of that has done anything similar with sort of subverting what you're expecting out of a sequel. Excuse me. Oh. Where did you come from? Huh. Okay. In that, but I think Last of Us 2 was a little crueler in some regards. I think we all knew that, well, actually, I want to be careful about talking about this in chat because I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I think that ship has probably already sailed for, many people, especially, possibly even before the game was released. Can I... Oh, come on! You gave me like half a second. What am I paying that good Mountain Dew for? Jesus, how much HP do you have? Whew. Yeah, Mexican Sting. A lot of MGS DNA. I agree. I mean, honestly, right down to trying to get you to feel uncomfortably awesome by even expanding your skill set in such a way that you could do more cool stealth stuff and respond to situations with greater versatility. Iceman Dan, I actually agree. I think they both have self-reflexive narrative, both manipulative, but I do like MGS2s more than I like Last of Us 2s, and I think that possibly the reason for that is the kind of emotional manipulation, or the kind of manipulation that goes into it, is maybe this is just my difference in response to a narrative like the original Last of Us versus Metal Gear Solid. I really like Solid Snake as a character, and I think he's, he's that cool badass character, and with that touch of being a reflective kind of warrior poet kind of character type, and I think that's really neat. But his entire story has always been based upon being undermined. So MGS2 being undermining wasn't really that much of a surprise. It was still always part of the texture. But the attachment that you get to Joel and Ellie in The Last of Us is much more sort of like visceral emotional on like on the family level, because that's kind of the atmosphere they're cultivating, rather than the sort of hero level. And that makes the subversion feel less good on a gut level. Ooh, I don't know if I want to spend 8 gunpowder on that. Main question Last of Us 2 asks is, how far can you stretch your ability to empathize? Yeah. Excuse me. I kind of think that. I kind of feel like if it were doing that, I would be less dissatisfied with it, I think. The only thing that I think goes against that is just how it was very judgmental against Ellie for going for revenge, just about as much as MGS4 was judgmental against Solid Snake for continuing to smoke, even though he was clearly going to die in like 5 days.
Who's there? It's okay. Harrison, right? I'm not one of them.
Who are you?
Don't worry. O'Neill sent me.
I thought I was the only one left.
I'm looking for the core. Where is she? Is she
Actually,
here?
something that's interesting,
Second floor. The stable.
and I'm going to get back to Last of Us 2 in a second, but noticing the way that this game is written, where the first one really leans into a lot of Italian and Spanish, a lot of Romance language names like Castellanos. This one really kind of leans into the sort of like Anglo, yeah, just like the Anglo naming, like Harrison and Turner and names like that. It's a minor textural element, but it's there. Yeah, I think I would have liked Last of Us 2 more if it had given more room for ambiguity on how it wanted me to feel about Ellie and her quest. As it stood, I feel like it, and I guess I'm going ahead and assuming that enough warning has been given that we're talking about this, so that if you haven't played the game and you don't want to be spoiled, now's your chance. If there had been more ambiguity, is that somebody's prescription bottle? No, that's a fuse. That the first game succeeded precisely because it opened up a question, led you down a path to an emotional answer and a rational answer, and let you kind of do your own sort of self-typing based on how you felt about that. And I think it was brilliant for that. But I think that the second game kind of relies a little too much on a particular answer to that question to work the way that it wants to. Oh man, so it looks like they tried building Union more than it could handle, and that kind of screwed things up. But yeah, and also the answer that they tried to push as the correct one, which is that Joel did the wrong thing, was also not one that I ultimately agreed with. So it sort of felt like it was a story for somebody else with a different reaction to the first game than I had, which also felt like it kind of betrayed the spirit of the first game, which is that it's sort of like ethically open-ended. It also made the Fireflies a little dumber, even dumber than they were in the first game, by just, I mean, really, there's the simplest possible explanation that would absolve their entire moral quandary and would have changed my opinion of the first game and given me a very clear answer. And also would have simplified and made The Last of Us 2 a lot clearer, is wait 6 hours and wake her up and then ask her. And if she says, yes, you can kill me, then Joel has no moral ground to stand on. And but they didn't do that. They just asked, what would you do if it were your daughter? Oh, hey, here's my daughter. Let me ask her. What would you do if this were you? Okay, well, I guess that is equivalent in force to the answer of the person who I could wait a little while and also ask. And it just doesn't really hold for me. And so that's kind of my biggest problem with it from a storytelling standpoint. So I'm going to catch up on chat here, and yeah, Dustin, that was actually one of the reasons why I withheld, why I have withheld jumping into discussions about The Last of Us 2. It was an emotionally exhausting journey for me playing that game, and I also didn't want to sort of put myself in the crossfire of a lot of other people's emotions, which definitely were flying around when that game was, getting its reception. I also feel like Metal Gear Solid 2, the value of it, what value of it there is, will appear. Oh, weird! It's doing that glitchy thing like it did in the boss area. That's wild. The value of it will appear after the dross of hand-wringing of emotional responses goes away, and we're able to sort of synthesize emotional response with rational processing, which is very hard to do immediately after something is experienced, right? Video games are these first-hand versions of stories that you experience subjectively and should not be expected to have a cogent, left and right brain reaction to right out of the box. Evening, Master Bismuth. The problem with the pacing is how long this section playing as Abby took. Yeah, that was actually easier for me to stomach than I think for most, because like I live here, and I was playing it with my wife, and we were looking around, and like she was born and raised here, so we were looking around at it and like noticing all the landmarks and appreciating all the analogs that they did, and looking at what buildings couldn't they get the rights to represent exactly, and what ways did they use to signal like, hey, this is the big news station in downtown, but we can't use the news station's name. So that was fun, and probably made the Seattle sections more engaging than it would be otherwise. Pardon me.
That's his MO. He's somewhere in here.
Sebastian keeps mentioning that. I feel like the phrase "that's his MO" would have more weight if there were somebody else here whose killing was, happening at the same time. But yeah, I just felt like Last of Us 2 was, from a storytelling perspective, heavier-handed, and it was heavy-handed in a direction against my reaction to the first game. So I felt like it left me out in the cold a little bit, or a lot. Didn't feel the second game judged Joel's actions in the first in a particular way itself. Yeah, I think, now that I'm talking about it again, I have not talked about this with anybody because I was not. Oh, Jesus! I forgot about that thing. Yeah, I haven't really talked about it with anybody critically because I wasn't going to talk about it online because that's just a cesspool, right? No offense intended, because we are all online. Yeah, I feel like the real sequel to The Last of Us that I was looking for happened during probably the last 5 minutes of the game, so that satisfied me. I guess. Well, I mean, that's what a good jump scare does, right? It's there to derail. Although, man, I think if I'm remembering right, I might have to fight a second boss right after the first one. That was a big ammo drain. But yeah, I think now that so all that is to say that I'm kind of thinking about this on my feet afresh. I think what made me feel like they were judging Joel's actions was just how much it seemed to side with, here, let's try to get you to feel good things about the Fireflies, and Abby's dad's section is just like, it's a dad that's completely the contrast to Joel, who is an angel of death, and Abby's dad is a minister of life, and it's a pretty black and white difference that they're presenting.
What's this about?
And I felt like it was designed to push me in a direction. I feel like it was pushing in the direction of explicitly sympathizing with Abby's dad. Yeah, Iceman, Dan. I like the flashback sequences a lot, and I think they did a fine job of making them giving enough player feedback to all the things you could do to play around with it. Okay, do I need to rotate? Yeah, that's right. And actually, as a point of contrast between what The Last of Us 2 does and what every other game does, you know, I'm just sort of very abstractly turning this thing. And The Last of Us 2, just on a technical standpoint, the clothing tech that they have in that game is just, I kind of think they might have, I don't know, like sacrificed a lamb or something to get that to work. That's amazing. And in this one, you know, you're just sort of abstractly doing things. The Last of Us 2 just had
What's
all
this?
of the manipulation
This camera's so old.
animated.
This means something. Nothing.
All right.
What am I missing?
Hmm?
Same dress.
Oh, I think she's tilted wrong. Yeah, 1 over. That should be it. See, I don't remember who it was last time, but I think Dreambaum was. I think it was Dreambaum mentioning that a lot of what you're asked to do by the serial killers slash madmen in these games is to follow in their footsteps and recreate things so Sebastians can see things from their point of view. It's almost kind of a confessional moment, and I feel like this sort of supports that. Ghost of Tsushima has a 60 FPS patch on PS5 day one. Interesting. Can I? I cannot. Oh, excuse me, I seem to have cut myself. I'll be right back. Okay, back. Thank you for that. Oh, just to apologize for that brief pause. Here's a panda. This panda saved my life. I was down on the floor bleeding to death, and he rushed up with an entire EMT's worth of equipment. Put me on plasma, gave me shock pads. I was like, buddy, it's just a scratch on the face. But he spared no expense. Ambulance Panda. Savior of us all. Alright. So, thank you for your patience. Sorry about that. I've got my nice little anime band-aid. Actually, if it were up around my nose, it would be more anime, but yeah, there we go. The game's horror is reaching beyond the realm of the game. It's true. Playing Ghost of Tsushima on Kurosawa mode lethal difficulty. Is lethal, like, higher than hard? I thought I played it on hard difficulty, but didn't know there was one above that. And yeah, Bismuth, it's just a part of the way my my Anglo-Irish skin reacts to the cold weather up here in the Pacific Northwest. It just gets really dry, so scratches like that just happen very easily, unfortunately. Yeah, those little Mexican sting, those little sort of like repeated motion sort of injuries and stuff like that, specific calluses that are weirdly specific to the way we play games, are a very interesting category of I don't know how I'd call them injuries, but just you know, the way people play guitar, things like that, right? They get the calluses on their fingers, and I think that there must be a whole host of patterns to gaming calluses that show up on people's hands depending upon their anatomy. Yes, this is my Ryo Hazuki look. Stigmata. No, the stigmata, that comes during the spring season when I'm in the presence of Satan. It's a Pacific Northwest problem. Oh, God, that's creepy. Callus from the wheelchair you can't figure out? Yeah, I was using a wheelchair for a while myself at one point, and wound up just, yeah, parts of my hands that I did not know were sensitive from underuse suddenly became known to me. Though I was very young at the time.
Oh. Who comes up with this stuff?
Yes, appreciate the art written in blood. That's definitely good, good crowd advice. According to KCPD, body of a woman is found in Crimson City Park this morning. Emily Lewis. Oh yes, this is this was not Sebastian's. This was Stefano's pre-STEM crime spree. His murder aesthetic.
I remember this. Still a cold case.
One of the sole your foot for the life of you couldn't figure out where it came from. Oh, weird. Was it just like a particular way that you wound up repeatedly standing while waiting? Oh, this is the one I'm missing. Ooh.
That's Lily. This guy's playing with me.
Oh. Beautiful. That's interesting. Kind of the cutoff on that blood implies there would be something up here. Ah, God, it's doing the weird, impossible space transition again.
It is my work, after all. Death preserved on silver nitrate. Like a fly in amber. Beautiful.
You know, it's interesting, as far as like the colossal grotesque body sculptures go, I think there are only 3 of them in the game. Certainly only one that's like of the size that you kind of see in that painting right there. But just by showing you one in real space, that sort of is prod enough to get you to believe that many more exist just by showing you the pictures. Mobius agent in the lobby of City Hall. Oh, this is Sebastian. I thought this was something written on there. It seemed unlikely there would be anybody else to sympathize with Sebastian, with the Mobius agent in this context.
Another one. But what's he after?
Absolutely not want to reach my hand through there and grab that. But yeah, as a before we were interrupted, as a kind of semi-closing note on Last of Us 2, I do want to play it again. I do want to see what my reaction is like now that the initial emotional sort of like shock of seeing the fates of all those characters, having played out. And I would like to do that again, but the main thing blocking me is a lot of the real-time exploration moments that I don't know if I have the patience or the time to go back through. Oh, God. Yeah, there was a whisper behind you in the headset as that closes, and then you turn around and see the sort of gruesomely damaged picture, and not a great moment. I agree, Mexican Sting. And have you made that second playthrough yet to kind of reach greater clarity? There's sort of a wind whooshing sound. Just kind of appreciating the sound design here for a moment. So I'm hearing three things. There's that sort of rhythmic wave crashing sound. Then underneath that, there is a heartbeat sound that sounds like just the tinny top of that sound. It's not like a bass doo-doo. It's just a t-t. And then there's also what sounds like a record scratching sound happening at the same time that is not rhythmic, but intermittent. So that's interesting to kind of put all that together for this moment. There's the necklace, there's the roses. Oh, gruesome.
What are these things?
Oh, God. Yeah, Dustin. I do think it's 10/10 as well. I think it is an excellent game and amazing. I mean, I think it even would deserve 10/10 almost entirely from a technical vantage point as well. It just does things that I've never seen a video game do. Oh, that's right. There is a hardcore one life mode where, like, what's the, I mean, sounds like if you die, that's it. You go back to the beginning. Mexicans think that is a very good analogy, I think. A plotted film versus binging 3 seasons of TV. Actually, that's an even more appropriate analogy in some ways because, like, I played the game and there were several points where I thought it was over and I was kind of satisfied, in a sense, with it being over. And then there was always just like one more chapter. There was one night that I was actually going to stay up till like 3 a.m. finishing it because I was like, okay, I'm getting all the signs, this is wrapping it up. And then it just kept going on, and then 4 a.m. hit, and I was like, okay, I guess this is not the end. There were like 2 nights like that, or like 2 playthroughs like that, where I thought, okay, I'm gonna sink the last hour of this game right now, and it just wound up it just kept going on. That might actually be a legitimate criticism that it probably should have wrapped up sooner than it did. And yeah, Dreambomb, I think that you're right. I think the longer that you wait, the better the reappraisal will be. For me, I think, I don't know, I wrote my MGS2 thing, what, that been 2006? About 5 years after the game came out. And, I mean, that's a pretty fair digestion period. I mean, it's interesting the kind of digestion rate that we think of for video games and criticism, because a lot of the best criticism on works of literature come out decades, sometimes even centuries after the fact, and that's when the insight hits because you get the right person at the right time. But with video games, it's just like the cycle of reflection and writing is so short that you kind of, I don't think that games are given enough time to digest to get that full response. And yeah, Dreambaum, I think, I mean, in some ways, the fact that the ways of discourse in MGS2 were more delayed, because even though you had things like message boards, which you could fire off responses as quickly as you do on like a tweet or something, I don't know, it felt like there was a bigger barrier, or required a. Actually, now that I'm talking about this, I don't think that's correct, so I'm gonna just not put that point out there.
This has to be the emitter.
Sometimes you have to start articulating an idea before you realize you're wrong. People were jerks then, too. I want to hunt for ammunition first. Okay. Oh man, I can hear it stomping around. Actually, this environment raises a question that's... I'm curious, how many of you have actually developed a picture in a photo lab? Is that... I'm actually curious how common of a skill that is. Immediate response to driving off the map was personal threats. And being called a lot of names that I will not repeat. There was a lot of hate for it. It was really only until probably about 4 or 5 months after it was out before I started hearing anything positive. Yeah, no, people were mad at me. It was like, dude, what did I do to you? You didn't even have to read it.
Authorization required. Please connect an authorized terminal.
Terminal? Must mean this communicator.
Restart sequence initiated.
Yeah, about an essay. Video games have always been serious business. Excuse me. Oh, this is a great scene.
You've been searching for me for so long, so I have come. But wait, it's not me you seek, is it? No, it's the girl. I should be offended. But how can I be?
I don't think I ever really appreciated the quality of that line. That's really good.
Who wants her power? There is another, one far more deserving. One who can offer rewards you could never imagine. So sorry, but you've been outbid. Fear radiates from you.
Says a very,
It's beautiful, but not yet
the world
I am Stefano.
feeling, right as Jotaro
And
begins
now
awakening to
you
his
are
actual
my
abilities.
Son of a bitch! Meet my beautiful Obscura.
Restart sequence.
Gotta be kidding me.
And the creature design on this,
90 seconds.
this creature design is really good.
Stopping the emitter from activating.
Ah!
Alright, that got it going. I just have to hold it off until the emitter starts.
80 seconds.
Come on, reload, buddy. I seem to remember the Evil Within doing that, Evil Within 1 doing that more automatically.
70 seconds.
Yeah. Where are you at? There we go.
60 seconds.
especially with a weapon that's
40 seconds.
that's a one ammo chamber. I feel like I should just do that automatically and not wait for me to put in the input. Where are you? There you are. Haha, gotcha.
Seconds.
It's also kind of extra weird because the reload button is also the same as the change ammo button.
20 seconds.
Yeah. You gotta be kidding me. How is that not making contact? There we go.
10 seconds. Stable field emitter.
Thank God. Whew.
Stabilization procedure completed.
Great. Saved my own ass. But what am I supposed to do now? If he's gone, he didn't leave Lily here. Where did he take her?
Should give Kibben an update about this.
Okay, catching up on chat.
Shit. Maybe I'll get a signal outside.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of work on MGS2 and also the Metal Gear stuff afterwards kind of sources. I don't want to say sources back to my stuff, but because I haven't consumed all of it and would not feel comfortable making that generalization. But I mean, yeah, my stuff started a lot of the thinking on it. But it's just, I mean, you just get like this weird pushback from people about video games, and I mean, it's yeah, I actually don't really have a good explanation for it, whether it's tribalism or there's a new idea and it's disliked, and even something that I mean really isn't particularly revolutionary. I really actually think that that idea is baked into that game explicitly. So yeah, it was a very strange set of responses from something largely inoffensive. But it did teach me about the value of the word pretentious, which is my if I were an Anglo-Saxon lord, James the Pretentious would be my designator, because that is a quick and easy way for me to recognize not my audience, which is fine. The main character, Robin Atkin Downs, I don't think so. I actually don't know who the VO on this one is, but I don't think it's him. And yeah, Swedish X, I do like the game with an objective that's a little more varied than destroy enemy. I actually don't think you can kill it at that moment. I think you can at a later fight, but not at that one. And it also kind of falls into the category of the way that the many-headed lady with a chainsaw hand, whose name I will never remember, apparently. You know, there are multiple ways of solving that fight. And yeah, Dream Bomb, I think that the monster designs, the female monster designs definitely have Stefano's misogyny baked in. Social facade maintenance. I mean, it's funny when we're talking about MGS2, but that right there could come right out of that game's script itself. In order to maintain a conflict flee. Let's see if I can make a consonant. Conflict-free and obesient population, we must provide bureaucratic systems that increase the illusion of productivity. Yeah, this is... Actually, MGS2 is appropriate because I think this game does a lot of Metal Gear Solid 2 stuff, but this is actually perfectly in line with it. Using a digital system to create the illusion of order. When there is the illusion of a particular kind of order, when there's actually a very different one underway. And yeah, Mexicans saying, I think that dismissing something because it is pretentious is itself, I mean, it's basically saying that you are smarter than the thing that you're reading. And I think that most people who have read many things understand that there was one point where they thought they were smarter than something that at a later time they realized they in fact were not, because you mature as a thinker.
Use Lily like some kind of science experiment, and then they have the nerve to send me in to clean up their mess.
So you kind of,
like some kind of sick joke.
Becoming a better reader kind of requires you to suspend your own sense of being right about assessing something's value. It looks like there's a tree that wants to say hello. Yeah, so basically you learn a measure of humility. That's interesting, Dreambeau. Confusing back in 2007. I mean, I guess it's kind of hard for me to put myself in that point of view because I wrote it. Which is not to say that your assessment is wrong, it's just that I don't have access to that experience. So weird. Running through here, it just kind of feels like a weird empty dungeon. But I think it's because I already took everything out. Oh, wild! The dangling human sculpture is gone. Guardian, that's it. YouTube being popular, people crave long-form content. Yeah, long-form content is almost always what I am down for when I make a dedicated effort to really get into something. Which is one of the reasons why most of my YouTube stuff is in fact long-form, because you tend to create the kind of stuff that you like to take in yourself.
Damn it. Son of a bitch still has Lily.
Oh yeah, Tim did Dreaming in an Empty Room, which was a fine piece of writing on MGS2.
We've reestablished contact with the marker agent, Kidman.
About
My
time.
creative work is where associative stuff comes out, but analytic creative
Sebastian?
stuff takes the very
Sebastian,
structured,
are you there?
argumentative form.
Kidman.
Finally. Are you all right?
That psycho is still on the loose in here.
I turned on the emitter, and that seemed to slow him down. But he got away. And he's got Lily. She must be so scared and alone. I've got to find her before he does something terrible to her.
Oh, interesting. Just reading your description of that encounter arc.
I'm so close. I can feel it.
Sebastian's face in that photograph looks like this weird halfway point between his facial design in this game and what it was in The Evil Within 1. He seems to have that longer... maybe it's because his facial hair softens the contours of his jaw. But,
speaking for myself.
Yeah.
Not Mobius. I spent a lot of time with Lily during testing.
Didn't even know what a meme was in 2001. Well, a meme was definitely not what it is now.
I know things are bad.
It was back when meme had a much more rare Dawkins-specific usage.
Together.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. Thanks for the pep talk, Kidman.
Don't worry about it. But right now you need to figure out where...
And there is something, I mean, just ironically appropriate about a concept that is attempting to describe something as abstract and big as meme in Dawkins' writing, reduced to community jokes, as it is now. Although the meme format does go in directions besides humor.
Sebastian?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks. Gotta figure out where he took her.
The reduction of every serious thought to something that is entertainment.
Think I might have just figured it out. Not doing a very good job of hiding. It's almost as if he's taunting me. Well, if it's a fight he wants, he's gonna get it.
A good media critic that I don't think has as much truck these days, but who I always recommend. His name is Neil Postman.
I see the stable field emitter.
Oh, hey, we've got O'Neill.
Please tell me you found the core and you're on your way back here.
Sorry. That lunatic still has her, but I think I have an idea of where he went.
Yeah, I see it too. I'm picking up the signal again, but now it's coming from the theater in the other part of town.
Right. Through the marrow again, I guess. May need a little guidance here.
I'm on it. Looks like turning the emitter back on stabilized some passages there. Exit D5 looks to be the one closest to the theater. I'm not totally sure what you'll encounter down there, so watch your back.
At this point, nothing would surprise me.
But yeah, Neil Postman was a media critic in the who kind of built on the work of Marshall McLuhan, who coined the phrase "the medium is the message," meaning the way that you receive information is more important than the information that you receive. And Postman was writing critically about the shift from print to visual culture with the rise of the television as the dominant medium of political discourse and advertising. And his work predated video games, or at least was working on visual media prior to games really becoming, you know, narrative and concept focused vehicles. But he's still worth reading, I think, because the way that he approaches thinking about media critique, meaning technology, information technology critique, is valuable and can be applied outside of television. His name is Neil Postman, Postman. Probably best known by many people, though also this is sort of a dated reference, Amusing Ourselves to Death as a Roger Waters album, Roger Waters being frontman and one of the leading creative forces for Pink Floyd during most of their career. Roger Waters developed a concept album around Amusing Ourselves to Death. Anyway, Amusing Ourselves to Death is the title, and that's probably his biggest work. Let's see. I actually think the most appropriate way to end tonight's stream would be on
This must be the passage O'Neill was talking about.
one of the most Metal Gear Solid 2 moments that this game has. So we're going to go do that. Although, I'm going to end the Evil Within 2 part of the stream, but really found Tuesday of last week, I played some Mario 35 at the end of it as kind of a palate cleanser. Oh, hey, there's our rat, still doing good rat work. Still checking out the end of a tunnel. Well, still the agenda. But yeah, I think that was a good palate cleanser, and I think I'm going to do that again. Oh god, don't see me, don't see me, don't see me! Yes, Ark, you know it's coming, and it's a good moment. Yeah, a good action game is kind of a tension cleanser for me because is this a mistake? Is this a mistake? It is not, in fact, a mistake. Because it gets the adrenaline out. As opposed to gradually turning into a nice cortisol lining around my veins. Okay. Is it here? Yes. Postman books highly relevant to your interests? Yes, Postman is a good thinker, both in terms of his values. He is a humanist, and has human dignity and enrichment as his priority, and puts his priorities in line with mine. And his method is also sound, I think. The End of Education is also another good one. Weird. All right. Nah! Damn it. All right. I think I'm going to do the survival horror thing and just avoid this encounter. You were a humanist before 2016. Well, that's understandable. It just shows how precarious many of the growths and directions of civilization actually are. Good things don't make themselves happen, and they got to be taken care of. I mean, all, justified bitterness aside, I think everything's going to be fine. because in the event that things are not fine, I will be happier in the meanwhile. Now, it's a little flip, but I think things are going to be okay. It's just going to take work to get there. I have noticed a larger than normal number of people who I know experiencing weird physical maladies like digestive, nervous headaches and things like that. People who, for the most part, normally don't. I think I just did this. My theory is that it is just a lot of anxiety manifesting leading up to November 3rd. And, I mean, these things probably, you know, these sort of physical symptoms could also be happening independently anyway, but we're all talking about it, and we're aware of it, which itself is kind of a sign of that culminating anxiety. Oh, God. No! Okay. Yeah, Iceman, Dan, I have heard that from other Canadian friends as well. Dreambomb, I believe you're EU? Is that right? Alright, I cleared this way up so I can run through... Oh, wait. I definitely want to do this here. That's right. That's what I thought. I remember you mentioning French in a tweet, and I figured, I mean, you can speak French anywhere, obviously, but I placed you as either French or Canadian, so that makes sense. But yeah, a lot of anxiety here over it. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's a fine thing to be preoccupied by if you're going to overlook my glasses. I just took it as just further evidence of how much a part of my face... Ah, Jesus! They've become... Oh, please, 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 no! Absolutely not dealing with that. Okay. Alright. Absolutely did not deal with that. Yes, the dog did drop down. The dog was hanging in the tree, and you see them doing that from time to time, especially inside the train cars. You see them hanging like little cocoons, and they will drop down and unfold, and it's horrible. Like a dog who sees a human with a hat on. Well, I appreciate you not biting my leg. Okay, I think this should do it. Let's see.
O'Neill.
Sebastian, did you get lost? The theater's not in this section of Union.
I know. I came by to give you an update. Harrison is dead. But he helped me get the stable field emitter back on. Really pissed that psycho off. He cut my face good. Guy's a real freak. Said his name was Stefano.
And then he got away with the core, I know. So what are you going to do about it?
I'm gonna go to the theater and finish this.
Well, since you're here, you might as well grab a cup of coffee and use the workbench if you need to. But don't take too long. Union is falling down around us.
Once I get Lily away from this sicko, I'm taking her out of here.
But we're supposed to restore the core and save Union.
Newsflash, O'Neill. I don't care about Union. Mobius abandoned you in here. Why are you so faithful to them?
They're my bosses.
Do you always do what you're told without question?
We can't all just do what we want to do, Sebastian. It would be anarchy.
I'll take anarchy over blind obedience any day.
Guess that's the difference between you and me.
Yeah, well, this debate has been fun. But I got stuff to do. See you around, O'Neill.
When does this dialogue open up?
O'Neill.
Well, shoot. Looks like maybe I haven't progressed enough to do it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Easter egg should have kicked in. Let's try something real fast to see if we can trigger it. Maybe I needed to exhaust all of those dialogue options, but let's try this real fast. See if reloading it does it.
O'Neill.
Well, so while the meta joke Easter egg did not sort of extend the MGS2 feeling, the disappointment did. So we thought we were going to get something that you didn't. And that's the kind of experience that I like to bring to a stream. So thank you for joining us tonight. So what's going to happen on Tuesday this upcoming Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, going to do part 4 of Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly. And next week, the schedule is going to be a little different because I promised some folks that I would do things in the evening on Halloween, but I am still going to stream. I'm just going to stream 3 hours earlier, which apologies to anybody whose time zone that severely conflicts with. If I could only have fewer friends in real life. Yeah, no. So I've got some social obligations the evening, but I am still going to stream. It's just going to be 3 hours earlier. So, no, I'm not going to get the Rona. No, it is a safely curated experience. But yeah, going to do more of this then, and the Easter egg is, I can go ahead and spoil it for you, you talk to O'Neill, and they basically mention, I'm not going to spoil the delivery. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to wait till next stream, and then we're going to do it. So, yeah. I hope that added another layer of disappointment. Again, sort of the brand I'm trying to create. Yeah, so everyone have a... Well, actually, this isn't goodbye, because I'm going to bring the Switch in here, set that up. We're going to do Mario 35 for a little bit. So, yeah, give me 1 second. I will be right back. There we go.